All right, Clay Smith here with LREI Property Management. Wanted to go over the effects COVID have had on collection of rent for this month. We have one full day in the books for April 1st, but April 2nd, we have most of the day already logged and recorded. Keep in mind that throughout this, we do receive payments manually and have to reapply them to their accounts, which are post-dated back to the date that we received them. So some of them are entered manually on the date of collection, and these numbers could adjust slightly as time goes forward. What we have here is a chart. It's month over month, going back 6 months plus the month of April, which is the month we're in now. And it's the date of the rental payment, the day of the month for the rental payment. So 1 through 31, depending on which day they made their payment. So it's important to call out that the gold indicator, that is the month of April. All the other months are color coded as in the bottom left hand corner here. So if you look at this chart, on the first day of April, we received 75 payments. Comparatively, in January, February, and March, we averaged somewhere in the high 80s. So a little bit of difference there, maybe 80% of rents collected. As usual, there's not a huge difference. Just looking at the numbers right now, there's a little bit there, but not a lot. You can throw out November's number that we had an anomaly there where a lot of payments were done early on the first instead of the second or third. So it seems everything got crammed into day one. However, if you look at February and November, those were months that began on a weekend day. So that kind of affects their timing. You can see it in the flow of the chart on how the payments apply for days 2 through 6 there. You can kind of see the fluctuation in the orange and the green for February and November. So barring those, we have a pretty smooth line here. The only thing to keep in mind is just the days of the month or days of the week and the business days in which payments are processed. So the very first thing we know is our automatic payers came in. There's a slight dip in automatic payments for this month. And one of the things that I'll point out is property type. So let's take a look. If you have a single family versus a multifamily, what is the difference here? So in multifamilies, if we look at it, this gold bar is at about 25, which is different. It just means that it looks like we've had other months that are a little bit lower, a little bit higher. We're kind of right there in the middle. So for multifamily, we didn't really see a big change today. Most of our change happened in the single family space, which generally are going to be dual income families. Maybe one person lost a job, maybe they're holding back to be cautious. We'll know more of that story as the month progresses. So here you can see in single family had the worst month out of the last 6 months running, or 7 months. Single family had the worst day yet and had the most impact to it. Another thing to keep in mind is if you have Section 8. Section 8 is kind of, most of ours are in a multifamily space, but if you'll see here, the numbers of when we receive them are generally on the first of the month. And then we have, sparingly, we have little payments throughout the month for whenever we move somebody in and throughout the month there. But you'll see that for the most part, Section 8 is unaffected here. There are some things with the program going on, but we'll send you that information out in some emails later. Getting back to, let's take a look at reversals. So reverse payments, they typically come in anytime during the month here, just kind of roll in as they seem fit. Usually we see them in the 3rd through the 9th, and then sparingly throughout the month there. So far, we've seen 4 come in, which is higher than any other month for the first 2 to 3 to 5 days there. Looks like we have not seen that volume until about day 4. So there was quite except for back in December, which we all know is seasonal, Christmas time, and money's tight. So hopefully things change there. It's a little too soon to be looking at a trend to say that there's 50% difference or anything. So I don't think we want to look at that at the moment. So as we get back to rent income by date, by property type, I can show you condo or townhome. We don't have a lot of that. It kind of mirrors mostly single family, I think there, or multifamily, depending on what type of property it is. So here we are. So far, these are the trends that we're seeing. Not a lot to the story. Single family seems to be down a little bit. Multifamily seems to be kind of average right now. Keep in mind that more and more tenants are aware about the evictions and inability to collect late payments for under certain circumstances. And we have more information about that coming out that we'll share with you in a different form. But for now, thanks for your time, and thanks for watching this video.